You'll know when he's the right person because he's anointed to help you heal, and you're anointed to help him heal. You guys will heal each other because you guys are anointed for that task. God has literally put you guys together to do his will. Hey y'all, what's up? It's your little big sis CJ Renee, and we're doing this episode in action, okay? We're moving right along. All right, y'all, I had the epiphany that I should jump on and talk about today's episode, red flags. Yeah? Red flags. I feel like there's a lot of people who experience certain red flags, and it's like some of them are subtle, some of them are very obvious. Some of them are like hidden gems. Once you find it, you realize that was a red flag. But it's too late. At this point, those are scary. Those ones are scary. You hear me? Oh, Lord. But these red flags are important to pay attention. There's a lot of people who are getting into relationships and after dealing with trauma, and they're literally repeating the same red flags over and over again. For some reason, you didn't catch it the first few times, whatever the case may have you. And these situations always end badly. It always ends badly. You know what they are. You know what these red flags are, right? For me, and I'm always talking about myself because this is not just y'all journey, it's my journey too. And that's why we're on this journey of discovery, of healing, and of thriving together, okay? So with me personally, the red flag that keeps coming up for me that I can't seem to like focus and hone in on is when guys get so emotional and they talk about wanting to unalive themselves. And so it's like you're trying to be there for them, and you're sitting there, you're talking to them, and you're like, you don't want to leave them in this place of loneliness. You don't want to leave them in this place of depression. But girl, sir, if you hear those words, run for the hills. Run for the hills. Because what you don't seem to understand, especially for guys, for our ladies, when guys say that, there's no coming back from that. You got to be at a really low place to have those feelings. And a saying I've heard before is, a female can never bring a man up. He will always bring you to his level. Whatever level he's on, he will bring you to that level. If his level is high, he will bring you up high. If his level is low, I don't care who you are, sister friend. I don't care what you do for a living, sister friend. That man is bringing you down. So when you hear a man say that he is willing to unalive himself because of the struggles of his day-to-day life, because of whatever he's experienced traumatically, whatever the case may have you, get out of there. Get out of there. That is a number one red flag. The number one red flag in my book, at least, because it's something I've heard often, and I'm such a loving, healing person. Like, you see how I am with y'all? I'm like that with everyone. Even people that I'm in a relationship with. I'm very loving, very hearing, even more so with them than anybody else, because I care about their well-being. I want them to be better. I want them to be great. I want them to thrive. I want them to strive to do better for themselves, not just for me and our relationship, but for them personally and people that are in their families. Like, my God, could you imagine having a brother or a sister that want to just unalive themselves? Like, you would want to be there for that person too, or at least want their significant other to be there for them and push them to do better. So that's where I always lose sight in that moment. And I'm more about trying to help them to do better. And I think I overlove. And the next thing you know, before I know it, I'm in a relationship with a full-on psychopath. A full-on psychopath. And it just hit me today. Like, that is something that has been a reoccurring situation in majority of my relationships. The person always tries to either talk about unaliving themselves, have contemplated unaliving themselves, has actually, tried to unalive themselves and failed at the attempt. Yeah. And I gotta get out of saving these men out here. I gotta get out of that. Okay, but that's mine. There's others, like, people who have a hard time telling the truth. That's a red flag. That is a red flag. Another red flag could be mama issues. Now, he has a close relationship with his mom, but him and his mom not cool. What does that look like, CJ? That will look like, them always being in cahoots to get things done or to do things, but they're always talking bad about each other behind each other's backs, or yelling and screaming in each other's face when they're around each other. Like, that's negative energy, and the fact that it's gone on for so long means that this is how this man operates with females. For guys, if she keeps talking about how hood she is, if she keeps talking about how gangster she is, now don't get it twisted. As much as I might be super duper feminine and super duper ladylike, I gets down with the gets down, but I will not walk around here talking about, no, I'm gangbanging. No, I play like that, but I don't be dead serious. These females out here, some of them be dead serious, talking about, they more of a man than they man, or they don't need a man, or like, they daddy child, they daddy son, like those things. Red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. Get out of there, because all she's gonna try to do is manhandle you, verbally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. If you trying to put a ring on that thing, run. That ain't it. That ain't what you put a ring on. And I'm being so serious. Run. Y'all ever heard that video? Run. Dun 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 dun. I don't. It's like one of those clips when you see something scary. Anyway, y'all have to be mindful about these red flags, because honestly, in this time of healing and on this journey that we are, I'm not saying that we can't find love. I'm not saying that love is a far-fetched thing for us. I'm not saying that, just wait until you're fully healed, because there's no such thing. Don't let nobody fool you. There's no such thing about being fully healed. Working on your healing, yeah. Being completely healed before you get into a relationship, there's no such thing. My mother said to me once, you'll know when he's the right person because he's anointed to help you heal, and you're anointed to help him heal. You guys will heal each other because you guys are anointed for that task. God has literally put you guys together to do his will, and his will is to, one, heal each other, and two, to do his work in this world. That's what you call kingdom marriage, right? I know a lot of us out here are looking for our kingdom spouse. A lot of us out here are hoping and seeking for that one and only love. Pay attention to the red flags, because let me tell you something. The distraction comes and it looks nice, pretty. It got hips, booty, and boobs. And, kingdom spouses can be replicated. They have the nice hair, pretty brown eyes, gorgeous brown eyes, okay, tall and thicker than a Snicker for you females, all right? And guess what? He is sent from the devil, from the pits of hell, coming to distract you and take you out of the will of God. But not us, not in 2025. No ma'am, no ham, no Sam, thank you, see you later, okay? We're not doing that. Be aware of these red flags. And that's just the simple things to pay attention to. I heard today PMJ, and I'm gonna end with this. PMJ said you have to be spiritually intelligent. What does that mean? That means that you are aware of what an obstacle is, and you're aware of what a distraction is. An opposition. An opposition is your distraction. What have we been talking about? Staying focused, thriving, moving forward, getting our healing back on track, doing new things to better ourselves, coming out of the old habits and stepping into new ones, talking positively over ourselves. This is something that we need to do, and we cannot do that if we're being distracted by people who have our hearts that do not belong there. Be aware. Be aware. Go to God in prayer. Don't just step into no more relationships without having God's okay. Yeah? Y'all already know what it is. It's your little big sis, CJ Renee, and I'm out, boy. I gotta drive safely. I'm over here. I hope no cops see this video, because Lord have mercy, I'm all over this road. All right, I love you. To ensure you don't miss an episode of 31 and Thriving, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to share. It's your little big sis, CJ Renee.